Hello.
Hello there. How are you? Wow, you look fantastic.
Thank you. I had to bring it up for you.
Well, I'm glad you did. You look lovely. That is a very flattering color on you.
Thank you.
Well, first of all, congratulations on the season and obviously winning Miss Congeniality. I was very
Thank you.
happy that you were recognized for your kindness and everything in the workroom. Um, as far as the season went, like you brought out so many looks. Like, what was your favorite look from the season?
For me, the egg. It
Okay.
had to be the one because I feel like that was the one that brought the most joy out of people. So that was my favorite one.
Okay. What was your favorite and your least favorite challenge during your time on the season?
I mean, I would love to say my least favorite challenge was Snatch Game, but honestly, it wasn't because I love a challenge, whether for good or bad. Like, I learned something from it. So I feel like the next time I go, like, I'll know how to tackle it differently. My favorite challenge, it's a toss-up between the Rusical and the girl group.
Okay.
Yeah, that was really, really fun.
Now, you would like when you did your challenge show, you did one of your songs, which is available on Spotify, which I have.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
were you involved in music before you came on the show? Was that something?
No, no, not at all. And I think for me, on a personal level, that's been one of my favorite discoveries that I enjoy making music so much. So, like, after my talent show, I've actually made two other songs. I did last week I made a song with Morphine and Mirage, which will come out later in the summer. No, yeah, and I've been in the booth a lot recording. So I think that's one of my favorite discoveries that came out from me doing the show.
Okay, now this I've listened to all the songs and they all have kind of different sounds. Like you've got the one from the talent show, and then you've got It's Giving, and then you've got Encima del Mundo. Like, who
Yes.
are your musical influences?
Huh. I feel like it's kind of like how, like you said, that they're kind of like very versatile and like spread out. Like I love Celia Cruz, salsa. Beyonce, obviously. I think Beyonce is one of the perfect examples of like someone who can sort of do any genre and still have their own sort of like personal DNA into it. And I feel like that's kind of how I'm thinking about it. I want to kind of do it all. I want to try it all and just allow the voice to take its shape.
Okay. And one thing I was curious about, is there going to be an extended version of A Storm is Coming? Because it's only a minute long and I just want more. Like,
There is actually. I asked Ocean Kelly, who actually, who produced and helped me write the song. I asked her to do her own verse on it because I definitely wanna extend that, especially because this summer, as I prep to go on, like, June is like our busiest time of the year for, all the drag
Mhm.
queens. And I want to perform it at the festival. So that is in the works. So I'm glad you asked.
Okay. Is there going to be a full album coming out anytime soon?
That there's a lot of talks about that, and I definitely want to. I mean, my answer is gonna be yes because I've recorded so many things that like it's not finished, it's in the works, but like I think like what I have, it can once I put it together and like flesh it out, it can definitely be an album.
Okay. Now, you had mentioned, discovering that you had a voice and that you could sing. Like, what has been like the other coolest thing that's happened since you've been on the show?
Definitely meeting a lot of the fans all over the country. I mean, that's been great. Just kind of hearing their stories and like, the reasons why they like, what I do and yeah, and also like, bonding with the girls. I would say that's definitely like top of the list. Getting to know all these artists on a personal level. I remember going into Drag Race and I had this mentality of like, yeah, it's gonna be all about me and I'm gonna just. But then in there, I was like, I like all these people, and I just want to be friends with them.
Now, did you get any advice from Candy before you went on the show?
Candy, she mainly was like, be present, have fun, and make sure that like you leave who you are in there. And because, I think I was talking to Tom, one of the producers, and he was like, it's really not about obviously everybody wants to win, but there can only be one winner.
Mhm.
So knowing that like there's a high chance that you're not gonna win, and knowing that just making it on the show and being a part of the experience is a win on itself. That's basically what she was kind of telling me. You know, it's like whatever happens, because you know she's done it twice and she
Mhm.
lost twice. So she knows that thing about, you know, not winning but still leaving like a winner.
Okay. Now, you had gotten the title of Miss Congeniality, and it's no secret that most of the Miss Congeniality contestants from past seasons have ended up on All Stars. Is
Yeah.
that something you would want to do if you got the call?
Absolutely. No, no, yeah. I felt like I left a little too early, and I felt like I still had so much more to show. Just also like not even just the drag part and the talent, but like on a personal level, you know, like the person that I am. Because why I love Drag Race is because not only are we being fed with so much talent and so many great looks, but we get a look back behind these humans, you know what I mean? And even people who don't do drag, they can relate to all of us. And
Mhm.
yeah, I would love to do drag All Stars, you know, whenever the time comes.
Okay. What was I going to ask you? Do you think that because you're seeing a lot more like drag coming into more mainstream like shows like We're Here and things like that. Like, do you think that drag performers are being taken more seriously these days?
Yeah. But yes, finally, you know, because there's so much that goes, you know, into it that we're just as capable as, you know, the singers that go on live TV and the actors, you know, who are on network television shows and the comedians who tour the country. Like drag, and then the great thing about drag is that like, you know, there's so many other disciplines that you kind of you're put in that box and you're not like allowed to go outside of it. With drag you can try it all, you know, and a lot of drag queens are very very successful at so many. Look at Trixie, you
Mhm.
know, look at Bob the Drag Queen, Bianca Del Rio. Like these are artists who they're not, you can't really just put them in one box. There's so many things. So like those are definitely people that I look up to, and being like, you know, that's where I want to head to.
Okay. So like what would you want to use your platform for? Like now you're singing. Are there other things that you want to do that you haven't yet? Like if you want to like write a book or do a TV show or
Hosting shows. Oh, you know, okay, to be more specific, something I really want to do is I want to get into like voice acting. I feel like my dream job would be like voicing characters in a video game. That would just merge all of my passions into one thing, and I'm like, that's very me.
Okay, that's very cool. I like that. We have a feature on our website called the Socialite Seven, where we just kind of ask you random questions just to kind of get
Yeah.
to know you a little better and maybe give you a break from the same questions you get asked all the time. Um, the first question is, when did you know that you wanted to become a performer?
Oh, I feel like I feel like I've always known, but I for so long allowed the voices, you know, in your head to that tell you, no, you're not that. No, you can't do that. And like, so I it was like a long battle and there was a point when I think it was like 28, and that's when I was like, no, like if I don't try it, if I don't conquer my fear, I'm never going to be, you know, this person that I know I can be. So I'm glad that like I fought that.
Okay. Who has had the biggest influence on your career and why?
The biggest influence. I would definitely say it's two people, Candy and Shaquita. Shaquita Hall from New York City. Candy, because when we met, she just kind of like became my number one fan from the get-go, you know. Barely had experience, but our friendship, like she really like she nurtured me, she saw it in me, and like she believed in me, you know, sometimes when I didn't believe in myself, you know. And Shaquita, she definitely like another one who saw it for me and gave me a chance when I first started. And no, yeah, those are two people that I definitely have to be very thankful for where I am today.
Okay. What is your favorite song to perform?
Um, it's Yo Viviré by Celia Cruz. It's basically the Spanish cover of I Will Survive.
Okay, that's great. Who would you want to play you if they made a movie of your life?
Oh, okay, 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 okay. Um, oh, that's a great question. I've never thought about that. Um, yeah, You know what? Just because I want to see him in drag, Michael B. Jordan.
Okay. That's a good answer.
Right?
If you could wake up in the morning and have a superpower or a talent that you don't already possess, what would you want that to be?
Oh, the ability to fly. For some reason, I have these dreams where like I'm flying. And at first it started as like I would be struggling and I couldn't really fly. But now it's evolved into like I fully just fly anywhere. And it's such a good feeling. Like I want to be able to fly.
You too. I get that answer the most actually from everybody.
Right? Fly,
Everybody wants
right?
to fly. Exactly.
Yeah.
What are three things you cannot live without?
Ooh. I mean, it may get a little cheesy, but I feel like number one is my friends. You know, when everything when it feels like there's nothing there, my friends, I can always rely on them to fill that void. Um, Video games because when I get bored, that is the easiest way for me to pass the time. And let's see, one more thing, something I can't live without. I mean, I like to eat, so I guess food.
Okay.
I mean,
Do
we
you,
all can't live without food, but
yeah. Do
I
you
don't
have
know.
a
I love
favorite?
food.
Do you have a favorite food?
Fried plátano.
Oh, yes.
Have you
Okay.
tried it?
Yes, I'm from Miami, so
Oh, okay. Oh, there you go. There. Yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Oh,
I love Latin food and I love Panama. I went to Panama a couple of years ago and I just loved it. So I just
it's it's just the air. It feels good now.
it does. We
It's
went
so
to
clear.
Gamboa. It was beautiful.
See, there you go.
Yes. As are you. So the
Thank
last
you.
question is what's the best piece of advice you've been given?
Uh, I don't take life too serious, but still be present, Live and I would say definitely every move should be with intention. If you live an intentional life, you will get to where you want to be in no time.
Excellent. Now, what is next for you? What can fans be looking forward to with you in the future?
Well, definitely more music for sure. And like, exploring so many different genres and also a lot more like TV and screen. That's something that I'm very adamant about tackling. I want to host red carpet. I want to interview people. So I'm, sort of like intentionally moving in that direction because like for example, I love what you do. You know what I mean? We're getting to know each other here and I feel like I will be good at
I think you
it.
would too. Now, are you going to be at DragCon this year?
I am, yeah. So I cannot wait to, meet all the fans that I haven't yet. So that's gonna be fun.
Great. And do you have a message for your fans here at Socialite Life?
Just yeah, like Safira said, it pays to be kind. Like it really isn't that hard, or difficult. You can still be witty and funny and like, get your joke in. But like kindness, we especially now more than ever, we need it. You know what I mean? And now that we live in such a interconnected world, like it's just it feels really good to be nice to everyone, even if you can't understand them.